Hello everyone, it's Mish here and welcome to my channel. If you're new, thanks for stopping by. And if you are returning, welcome back my crafty friends. Today is going to be another week in the Margarete Miller Collage Challenge. So I'm just flipping through the book that I'm using this year. It's a book I got at the thrift store. If you are returning, you have heard this probably many times. So I also have a tutorial for each of these weeks. So if you haven't checked them out, they're all in the playlist on my channel, Margarete Miller 2024. If you're not familiar with the Collage Challenge, it is a challenge that has 52 weeks of prompts, and Margarete Miller is the person that I'm following to do this, and you can get all the prompts on her Etsy shop, which is Mellow Miller. And this week is week 46. But before I do that, there was a comment on my channel, on one of your guys' comments about thinning out my book. So I know I've talked about this in different videos. I don't actually have a process video for it. But what I mean by that is that with most books, now not all books, but you can tell there's definite signature. So signature is, oops, if I can get in frame here. A signature is just a number of pages of paper folded together, sewn down the middle, and then sewn in. So I don't know how many signatures this book had. I think if I'm counting, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't know, maybe 15 or 16. So with each signature, there is a center. And you can find the center because you can see the stitching. So in this center here, you can see the stitches there. All right, you don't want to cut those stitches or your whole signature is going to fall out. So what I do when I'm starting the challenge is I look at how many pages I'm going to need. So 52 pages I'm going to need because there's 52 weeks, but then I always leave extra in case something happens that I need more pages. So I don't always go down to 52, but I'll thin it out to maybe 80 pages, I guess, or maybe even 70 pages. But what I do is I do it evenly. So I'll take a couple out from the first signature, a couple out from the second signature, a couple from the third, fourth, etc. That way I'm thinning it evenly throughout the book instead of having the beginning of the book really fat and gator-mouthed and then taking out the last 2 or 3 signatures. Sometimes it doesn't work when you do it that way. Sometimes it does, but so this year my book has hardly gaped at all. So if you can see, it's a little bit wide, but it's still really good. And that's because of a number of things. One is that I try to stick to tape runner because there's no liquid in a tape runner. You can also use, of course, your glue sticks, but I find them just really messy with me. I end up getting one all over my hands and all this stuff. So I do use Elmer's glue, the glue all, not the school glue. The glue all has less water, but I have a micro tip, and even though sometimes it looks like I'm putting on a lot of glue, it's not really. So I'm just trying to keep the moisture down. As well, I don't do mixed media in this book. So I don't do like a lot of inks or anything that's going to add more moisture into the book. So I'm not sure if that was helpful or not, but I'm getting to the end now where I'm only going to need, a few more weeks. And you can definitely see the stitching there. If I had have kind of paid attention to that last week, maybe I would have taken out this signature. Now you want to be careful when you take out the signatures. Like I said, you don't want to cut or stretch your string. So I often will gently hold the string as I'm tearing this out, and then I pull out the other side. So just be aware of that. And of course, Mr. Man has got to say something. I'm busy right now, Chester. We just had cuddle time. He is very demanding, that cat. Okay, so we're going to start this week's. The prompts are steampunk or mechanical, something found in a desert, a leftover art scrap you'd normally throw away, food packaging or a food label, a candle or candlelight, and text other than English or your native language. So I'm going to start by getting some things down. This, I don't know if it's actually an art scrap, but I had been using it and it was actually in the bin. So I thought, well, let's make use of that. Don't want to throw that away. And then I just have, I'm not really sure how I want to do this. I'm thinking something like that. That will cover and then offset that a little bit. I've got this extra little piece of scrap just in case I need it. So I'm just going to start by getting this background piece down. I'm kind of wondering if I should, I think I'll do it this way and get that at the top. So I'm just, like I said, just going to go through and just using my tape runner to get this down. I'm not sure if I'm going to actually use the food packaging. I do have something here, but I don't really think it goes with my theme. I struggled a little bit with this one until I kind of had an idea in my head. Okay, so for this, I just want to go, oops, right to the very top and bottom, like that. Okay. And then I'm just going to offset this one a little bit. This is just a piece of paper that I had. I do like to hide my prompt behind something, and that way I just have my prompts handy if I look back and think, what were the prompts for this? Because I've already looked back to the start of the year, and that's what I'm thinking. Like, what were these prompts? So, okay, so that's down. So for an art scrap, I grabbed a bunch of stuff that I had here. And I ended up with this one. But when I stamp off on a scrap piece of paper, which I think you guys have seen me do that a number of times. So I kind of liked that piece. It went sort of with the overall theme of what I want to do. So kind of thinking that that's going to be my art scrap. So for my text in a different language, I had a number of French themed text, which I had set aside to demonstrate. And of course, I can't find, okay, there. So I had different ones from different books. And I auditioned kind of the colors and stuff. And, well, that's not French, but all these are French. This is either Japanese or Chinese. But I kind of settled on these two here, which I'm not exactly sure where this is going to go. But I'm thinking something like this. So then my mechanical and steampunk is, I've got this clock. I have this clock. I can find the 12. So there's my 10, 11, 12. Here we go. So I have a clock, which I think is really lovely. I got some cutout of something, as well as a timepiece. And then I have this little steampunk bear, which I thought was really cute. And this little mechanical car. And a little steampunk rocking horse. It's kind of hard to see that, but there's gears and stuff there. Now, where I got those was, I was at one of the craft stores, and I got the Stamperia Christmas collection which is Christmas Gearing Up for Christmas, I think it's called. And one of the pages had the bear, those little images. So I cut out the car and the rocking horse from there, and then I cut out the bear from this one here. Now, I subsequently, this morning, went to back to the craft store, but I think I had this. I can't remember if I got it this morning or not. But I have some rub-ons that are the same kind of theme. So we have sort of a house village scene with a stovepipe instead of a chimney. There's gears there, gears coming out of the houses. Kind of the moon has some gears and stuff, which I think that's kind of steampunky. And then there's a washi booklet a washi pad, and this is all washi tape. I do love washi, and there's a bigger rocking horse there too. But I'm not sure if I'm going to use these images or not, so we'll get back to that. But I am going to use this as a little cluster up there. So, something found in a desert. Now, I initially wasn't going to do this one, and then in my French book, one of the stories I had, it had La Cactus Rose. So that made me remember that a long time ago, and this is way in the back of my shelf, is I bought these postcards at Indigo bookstore, and I've never really used them. I wasn't really sure what images would be there. So there's all kinds of the botanical postcards is what they are. So I was rooting through those, and I found some cactus, and I went through them, and I thought that this would be the one that I want. And so what I did, just to make it more in line with my theme, is I did distress the edges with Distress Oxide, the vintage photo. I just went around and just did that so that it would blend in to my scene a little bit better. So I also found in one of my little die cuts this little clipboard. I believe it's a clipboard. That looks kind of like a belt buckle. But it's got a bunch of cactus in there too. So I thought that would work. Something like that. I could also put this underneath here. And just for a little bit of different color and texture. Like so. Pull this down some. And kind of thinking though that let's try this way. Like maybe down like that. With that up there like that. Yeah, kind of like that. Because then it maybe breaks up the colors a little bit. I'm not sure. So that's kind of a general. And then my candle. So I went to one of my magazines. I have this candle magazine. It's old magazine. I think it's the Willow and Sage. They did a candle issue. But most of the images were really big. So I had that, but I just didn't think that went with this theme. So I found this in one of the magazines, and I quite liked that, and I thought that kind of went better. So this is the basis of everything. So, wow, it's really windy outside. So I got up this morning I was up early. I'm just going to move this off to the side here. So I was up at 5 this morning. This is Saturday. Tomorrow, this video is going to come out tomorrow. I think what I might do with that is distress that. Now, a lot of times in these collages, I don't distress and do stuff like that because I don't know, in my mind, I'm just wanting this to be more just straight collage. I'm not sure if all you guys watching are watching for the collage part and just the collage, or so I sometimes limit it to just the collage. But for this, I thought that a little bit of grunginess might go well. In my other work, if you watch any of the junk journals and stuff that I do, I tend to like a cleaner look, so I don't really distress a lot. But sometimes there is a place for it. And today is the place. Now, I do feel that inking the edges, whether you do it with a distress or whether you take a brush liner and go around the edges, it does help set it apart from the other images on your page. So I want that to be a bit like that. I think I'll put that up the top. So I'm thinking something like that for this side. So I'm just going to get that down. So yeah, so I was up at 5 and I came in the craft room and started getting my things together for this collage. And then I'm going to put my prompts behind here, I think. So then I went to Costco and I was there early. So it opens at 9, but sometimes on the weekends, maybe during the week too, I don't know. I don't usually go in the mornings during the week because I'm working, but they open early. So I was there for them to open. They did open early. So I got all my fruit. Okay, so I'm thinking to put that there. It's down now. There's no moving that. So I had wanted to go to the craft store in Windsor. So I'm in Halifax, Nova Scotia. And there we go. I wanted to go down to Windsor. There's a craft store there. And it's about a good 45-minute drive, maybe an hour some days, I think. But today I made good time because it didn't seem to be that many people on the road today. So I went down and I bought some Christmas paper and some Christmas rubber stamps. And that was mainly it. So then I headed back here into the city and went to Michael's because I usually go to the Michael's in Halifax, but they haven't had what I've been wanting. And the one in Sackville said that they had it. So I was looking for the Christmas washi tape. And it's on sale, buy one, get one free. So I thought, I gotta do that. So I stopped in Sackville and did that. And then when I came back, I got gas because I was almost on empty. And then I went to the post office and I had some lovely Happy Mail, which I'm going to show at the end, which was fantastic. I am so thankful for you guys because it just seems when I really need a little pick-me-up, you guys are there. So the pick-me-up is that on Wednesday, the 13th, November 13th, would have been my mother's birthday. So I always find that a very difficult day. We were very close. So she's been on my mind, of course, all week. And I've been trying not to dwell on it. and I've been managing, not too bad, but as the day starts to draw near, it starts to affect me a little bit more. So I had some lovely happy mail, which has really perked me up and brought tears to my eyes, to be honest. And you'll see why, too, when I show you. But I want to thank you all. Oh my gosh, this must have been subconscious. So Valentina was one of my person that I got some happy mail. Valentina, thank you so much. But this French thing is the Cafe Valentino. So that just reminded me of her. Okay, now where's the 12 on this thing? There it is. All right, so I did end up covering over that. I wasn't sure, but even if I had left it down here, I would have covered it. All right, so I'm going to put that there because I want my cluster to look. Yeah, I think that'll work like that. Just going to get that down, and then I can glue it down further. All right, so then just going to put that there, I think. Like so. So then after I got the mail, picked up some bread and milk, I came back and I thought, I'm going to get this filmed. Because I got to go back out in a little while and get some groceries. So I'm kind of thinking a little bit like this. We've got little Teddy, and him and the Rockin' Horse are having a little conversation about things that only teddy bears and steampunk rockin' horses would know about. Certainly nothing that they would let me know about. Now, this little berry kind of blends in to the background because they're all kind of brown. So if you did want to make them stand out a little bit more, you could put something behind him. But I'm kind of happy with that. All right, and then we've got, and I'm putting the little rockin' horse on this line, almost like this text is grounding him onto something. All right, so let's get our little car down. On my drive this morning, we had everything from sunshine, brilliant sunshine, rain, hail, snow, you name it. I had it on my drive this morning. It's 4 degrees here, 4 degrees Celsius. I'm not sure what that is. I don't have my converter here, but it's pretty chilly. All right, so I'm kind of thinking that, how does that look? And then I'll put something else down there. So I'm liking that. So we'll get that down. Remembrance Day is on Monday. It's a holiday here. So I'm going to have to use a little bit of glue on this magazine piece because if I try to use tape, it's just going to rip it. So, all right, so that's down. So let me see here. I've got my steampunk stuff. Something found in a desert, art scrap, candle, text in other language. So the only thing I didn't use was the food thing. And I did have here. So I had a label off of my blueberry jam, or my Haskep jam, that I got this jam this summer when I was in PEI at the Prince Edward Island Preserve Company. I'll tell you, it's one of the best jams ever. But it just didn't work for me in my collage, so I'm not going to use a food packaging. But what we are going to do now is look at how we can embellish this. So I've had these stickers for a long time, and that's Chester. Yep. Hi, Chester. I'm kind of thinking this one here. This is like a steampunk. It has some gears and there's a hot air balloon in the background. It's either that or that umbrella. Although it could be this clock and rose, because I've got cactus rose there. But I'm just thinking what I might like. I think I might like this umbrella. Alternatively, I could do like, oh, the other thing that I have, oh, I forgot about these, is these are cactus that I picked up from the dollar store a long time ago. And I kind of thought it'd be cute to put one of these on this cactus on one of here. So either that one or that one or that one. Kind of like that one. That's a succulent, but I think you find succulents in the desert. So if I can get it off here. Chester. Okay, so what about a hanging, something hanging off here? Kind of would like something there, or a shorter, actually, I think I'll put this cactus on this side, like so. Okay, I like how that's looking. So then these ones here, they're all hanging ones. Oops, oh, that's right way. They're all hanging ones. So I was going to sit one maybe on, although it could be hanging down from there. Do you think that would look okay? What do you guys think? One hanging. I kind of like this one. All right, let's see what else we have. So now we go back to this. Do I like that? Because what about something from our washi pages? I could put one of these houses. I had a short one. I could put a couple houses just there. They're steampunk stars. That might work. We've got a steampunk heart that I could possibly put right there. There's a little train that could go there. And I don't want to put anything really Christmas related because it's a little bit too early to be doing a Christmas collage. But I don't think there's anything there. Let me see. No. I do like that train. I'm just wondering how big that train would be. So that train would be, I could put the train just down there. And I could also do a star or a couple houses. But I think the houses would take up a lot of room. I think I might do that and one of those. So let's see about this train. See how well this sticks down. I don't even know how tacky this is. Okay. So, put that little train just there. Would that be cute? And then I could put a star maybe up there. I'd like to put a big star maybe right there. Because this one here looks kind of steampunkish metal. That cut out. See, CHESTR, he knows his name, is I was gone all morning. So he's being particularly needy right now. Oh, I like how that looks. I'm not sure about this train though, because I think I would need to put it like right around there. I'm not sure that goes with everything. But I would like to use another star. So we could use this one. I'm thinking that we could put that right up in there. Still think I need something down there though. Maybe I'll go back to, yeah, that's good. I like that, how that's looking. I could put another star down there, this big one, that would, this has got a gear on it, and which would draw your eye kind of down the page a little bit. And an odd number is always good. Let's see what happens. Like right here. Yeah. I like how that works. Okay. So I'm thinking though that kind of like these gears right here. And then I think that would be good. All right, so kind of thinking to put a little cluster of gears kind of there, and then that would call it a day, I believe. So if I put that gear there, and then I'm gonna overlap this one a little bit onto there, and then we'll do the third one. This gear looks more like a skill saw blade. Okay, and then you could, yeah, I'm kind of happy with how that's come together. So then, lastly, maybe just do a little bit of stamping with this one here. Where did all that scrap paper go that I just had? So the reason that I stamp off is because sometimes it's just too dark. Like that's still a bit dark. think sometimes stamping just pulls things together a little bit. I usually use a wet wipe just to wipe off the stamp a little bit. And I think I'll use this text stamp here. This one here. To just add a little text to my cluster. Like so. All right, I think that, because that stamping there then just kind of draws it through. And I think that's it. So I'm so glad you were here to help me with this. And that's that. But before we go, I just want to go over some Happy Mail. So, if I can find it. So I went and I had a lovely package from Valentina, and I'm so glad, it was so lovely. So I got a postcard from the Rockies. So she lives in northern Alberta, and I just love the Rocky Mountains. I was fortunate to go out to Banff and up towards Jasper. It's just one of the most beautiful places in our country. So I just love that. Absolutely love it. And homemade tag, which is gorgeous, Mr. Snowman. And then some lovely stamps. So I adore that. That is awesome. So I can start stamping some postcards. And then just some mason jars and some florals, which I don't have this, so I'm loving that. I love this stencil. The little holes. It's almost like snow. So the snow is gently falling, but it's accumulating on the ground, or bubbles rising. And I don't have one like that either. And then a die cut for peace. So I'll use that for this Christmas. So thank you so much. I just so appreciate that, Valentina. And then I had a little package from Chris. So Chris is in the UK, and I have this little great idea, a little inspiration for a project, after Christmas project. But it has a little pocket there. It opens up. It has some little side pockets there, or you can turn it this way. And there's I guess you could use that as a little tuck spot. And a little booklet. So it's just gorgeous. I just love it. And so that was in the Happy Mail, as well as a little bookmark. So that was nice. And then she sent me, which I love this little doily. It's so cute. And a little embroidered, kind of embossed. But this really touched me because it's a little charm. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it well. And it's a little bee with a sunflower. And of course, my symbol for my mother is bee. We always said be happy. So it was just so ironic that I picked this up today and her birthday is in a couple days. So that was touching. So thank you so much, Chris and Valentina, for thinking about me and being a little bright spark in my day. I am in the process. I'm trying to get caught up with my video. So I have already filmed and scheduled to come out, one on Friday and one on next Friday, 2 more Daphne's Diary. And I don't have, this is for tomorrow, so I'm hoping to get another couple of these out so that I can get a little bit ahead of schedule, because I want to do some Christmas videos. So I want to look at doing a journal. I was kind of thinking about what I might want in the journal, and I'm still kind of putting that through my head, but I'm doing some Happy Mail stuff to send out to you guys for Happy Mail, and I want to do one of the projects with you guys. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe I might get a video out for Wednesday, but yeah, so just watch this space. But if you did like this, I'd love a like and subscribe if you'd like to. But until we meet again, I do hope you stay safe and well, and bye for now.